What is happening, and welcome to another four-wheel drive talk episode. And friends, we're in a big old parking lot right now. You're gonna have to excuse, there's a generator creating this light here for us. Behind me is my buddy's 2022 Turtleback Expedition trailer, and on top of it we have a 23Zero tent. And what this video is all about here is 23Zero has come out with a new modification for, as I understand, all 23Zero tents that is going to speed up your process of deploying your soft shell tent. So if you've been on the fence of, well, you watch some friends crack open their hard shell tents and you're kind of envious of that speed, well, you may want to hold on to your soft shell tent a little bit longer at least, see what this modification is going to do. But anyway, we're going to get to all of that here in a moment. But first, look, we put these videos together to help you, in this case, possibly make an educated decision on keeping your soft shell tent a little bit longer. If you find some value with this video, friends, hitting that like button down below really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. That said, pull up a seat in, let's go. All right, so what we're gonna do first here is we're gonna create a baseline to determine how much quicker this actual mod is. So right now there's nothing been done to this 23Zero tent, and I'm going to I'm going to basically deploy this, or actually get it. I'm not going to quite deploy the tent, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the top, because that's the part that 23Zero is saying is going to be sped up with this. So we're going to get this going here in 3, 2, 1, and we're going to see how much faster this new mod is. I have no idea, so when I get into post-processing, I will let you guys know the approximate time. Now, part of deploying a tent right now, you have those 4 straps up on top. Then you have the zipper that goes along the outside of the tent that is holding the shell down. Oops. Okay, so we have these straps here that I have to navigate this through. So the fun part with this, folks, is these straps, as I understand, are going to be going bye-bye. But you still have the zipper along the bottom. So how much quicker will this be? Well, we're going to find out here momentarily. Okay, so we are there. Now, okay, so now we have this that we pulled out. Okay. All right, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this top and I'm gonna put it back on. And friends, now full disclosure here, my buddy who owns this trailer, he's holding the camera. So this is legitimately my first time doing this. So yeah, here we go. So we're gonna put this back on. So again, we can have a before baseline and an after baseline. So I'm just gonna reverse the steps that I've just done here. Okay, boom. Now that is, oops, a little bit too much. All right, so now I'm gonna flop this over. Now, we're coming into the part where many of you with these tents find cumbersome a little bit. We have to tuck this all the way around. Then we're gonna zip it back up, and then we're gonna throw all 4 of those straps back over. Okay. Okay, boom. Now we're moving. I know some of you watching this video are like, no, you're not. Well, I'm moving as fast as I can here. Oh, the strap got me. Okay, coming on to the home stretch, folks. Okay, zip, zip. Okay, now one strap, 2 straps, 3 straps, 4 straps. Now I suspect during windy days, this might be a drag dealing with these straps. All right, back down here. And I'm guessing when it's cold, this is not a fun task. You know, it's funny, folks, we were out in Arizona, in Kofa, a month and a half ago. It was cold, and a few of our friends out there had these, and it was cold, and they were packing up in the morning to head off. I can't imagine doing this with your hands being cold, and I don't think you can get the traction or the grip that you want with gloves on. And boom. Okay, so off the get-go, I think taking it off, the timing is, the difference is probably going to be negligible. Man, if I can get that out right. I don't think the time is going to be really that big of a difference. I think the big win with this, if this thing does what it's supposed to, is when you're putting the tent away. So now let's shift gears here a little bit, and let's take this off again, and then we're going to put the new hardware on, and then we're going to do this all over again. All right, so what we're doing now is removing all the old straps. And one thing that we just noticed here as a little tip, now it may be what I'm going to share with you the same way on the tent that you're doing, it may not. But These are the new little flat washer things that kind of sandwich the strap up underneath the tent itself. And now what I'm holding is the new one right here. These are like 1/8" plastic, PVC, or some sort of composite, whatever. The ones that were on the tent to begin with are metal. Now, one thing that we noticed is as we were putting the new ones on, these are a little bit short, about the 1/8" short. So if you find yourself in the same situation, you can simply reuse the old flat washer thingies, whatever you want to call these things, and it fits just fine. Okay, so we got all the straps or all the new hardware put on here. One of the first things you're going to notice here difference is you have these 4 orange little locking clasps here on both sides. You have a little reinforced canvas or the top on each, or these dog ears I think they call it, and of course the hardware down below. So now what we're going to do here is, just like before, I'm going to go back through, I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to turn back around and put it back on. And ultimately when I'm doing the editing, I'll put the little timer thing on and ultimately see how much time this shaved off, taking it off and also putting it back on. If I was a gambling person, I'm going to say, again, taking it off, I don't think we're going to see much really difference, but I really think putting it back on is really where the money's going to be at. So let's get with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go on the other side. We have 4 more over here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go back over here and unzip this now. Oh, that's right, it's over on the front here. All right, now this top, I will say, is tight. So taking it off, we're not going to see any difference. Putting this on a moment ago, it was definitely a little tight getting it on, and I suspect as this breaks in a little bit, we're going to see speed with that. And I'm noticing already this thing is really unzipping a little bit quicker than before, which is nice. Okay, so now we're going to come over here. I don't know whether it even makes it different. Oh, yes, it does. I keep forgetting over on that side you have that little track that it rides in. Okay, I'm going to go back over to this side, pull it over, and we're going to pull this out. Now, one thing I learned after the camera shut off last time, my buddy normally just rolls this up, so I'm going to do it again just so simply we have continuity. But many of you that have these tents, you may roll it up and kind of tuck it up underneath the tent, because keep in mind this is going to flop over right here. Okay, I can't tell whether there was a difference in time taking it off or not, but I'm going to catch my breath, and now we're going to put it back on. So let's get the party going, make sure I have this correct. I do like the new hardware though. Those straps, again, I can't even imagine dealing with that when it's cold. Okay, I'm gonna line that up. I'm gonna throw that over. If I get that aligned correctly. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go over here, get that zipper lined up. We'll zip it up. Then we'll come back around and get our little clampy things there. This is what I was talking about a moment ago. With this being a new top, unlike the other one that has been broken in a bit, this one, I think we lose a little time because it is not broken in. It's a little bit tight around the corners. There we go. Now before, I was having to navigate through the straps, which of course I don't have to fuss with now, which is nice. Okay, tuck in a little bit more of that tent there. Okay, on the final stretch. Okay, zipper is now in place. Now we have our actually what I'll do is I'll come through after I have all these in and just cinch them down. Now I can tell already, if it was cold, I'm loving this a lot more than having to fuss with those straps. I remember a buddy of ours out there, he was talking about having to, not happy about having to climb up and throw the straps over and reaching over, and again, 5 a.m. in the morning. There we go. Not a fun task. But I think I noticed before I had these out just a little bit, so there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go back through on the other side. I'm just going to cinch it all over onto this side, and I think we're done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, well, technically 8. Alrighty, so at this side, I don't know what the times are, but I'm going to guess it was definitely easier putting this back on because I didn't have to fuss with the straps. I didn't have to go climbing up there. And I think with this being technically the second time putting this on, I'm catching my breath here. This was a workout. Actually, again, this was much easier, but so yeah, I really like what 23Zero did with this here. It definitely streamlined the process of taking the tent off, which timing wise, again, I'm pretty sure they're both gonna be relatively close. But again, you don't have to fuss with the straps. Putting it back on, definitely night and day faster. Again, which was, I think we lost, whatever the time ends up being, I think we lost a little bit of time because the straps, technically, I didn't have them adjusted where they needed to be, or I had them just a little bit more tight. I think if you have this, as you're taking these things off, you probably want to loosen them up first, so therefore when you're putting them back on, that's going to streamline putting them back on. But other than that, 23Zero, big thumbs up. So those of you with one of these tents, yeah, I think they charge, and I'll put the price on the page here, and if the link is on their website, I will also include that down in the show notes down below. So if you have a 23Zero tent, I would highly recommend, if you are, as I said at the beginning of this video, if you've been on the fence about possibly getting fed up with the time it takes to deploy and put the thing away. For what they charge for these, for this new top, I think it's definitely worth a look. That said, friends, this has been a fun little video to put together. As always, at this time of the video, I'm going to be shutting off the cameras. But before I do me a favor, if you found some value with this video, do hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, and last but not least, so therefore you don't miss a single video like the one that you just watched, hit the bells for all notifications, and well, YouTube will do its thing when we come out with a new clip. That said, you get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.